Hi and welcome. This is Dr. Minkoff, LifeWorks Wellness Center. I want to talk to you today about natural health. What is natural health? What does that mean? The body is a biological organism. It's alive. It's made of individual life forms, which are cells. So in our body, there are individual cells. It turns out there are about 100 trillion of them within one body. Now that's a lot of cells. That's a lot of life, okay? Each of those cells has reaction rates of about 2,000 times per second. So it's got to take in food, it's got to make energy, it's got to do whatever job it is, whether it's growing hair or making an enzyme or detoxifying something or making a hormone, and then it has to get rid of the waste. It's a live, living thing. Now, if that thing is malfunctioning, if it's not working right, you won't feel good. Now, if it's only one cell in your body, it's not a big deal. But when you start to get thousands and tens of thousands and millions of cells not functioning correctly because they're actually poisoned, the body doesn't feel well. Now, if you think you can take a poisoned cell and do treatments which further poison that cell, you will never get anybody really better. What's wrong with global medicine today is that most of the treatments are often poisonous. They're drugs or they're radiation. Now, I'm not saying that they should never be done, but I'm saying that when you weigh a treatment which has a potential for harm that's equal or greater than the potential for good, it's probably not the best solution. So what we've done here at LifeWorks Wellness Center is put together probably the most diverse forms of treatment which come under this heading of natural, which means they're not harmful. Vitamin C is not harmful. A homeopathic remedy is not harmful. Pulsed magnetic field isn't harmful. These things are all under one roof where we can say, okay, here's a person that doesn't feel well. They have fatigue or Lyme or cancer or Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. We know for sure this body of cells is toxic. And what we want to do is we want to usher those cells back to health using things that they understand and they're aware of. See, food, the cells understand. Food is defined as something that will give the cell energy or things that it needs to make energy. As soon as you start putting in things that don't do that, you're going to poison that cell. So you eat a food that's a pesticide, it's going to poison the cell. That isn't nurturing. It isn't natural. It isn't nature. And so if we do this, we're not doing the right thing. Now, if the guy's dying and the only way to help him is to give him a chemical that will save him, of course you would give him the chemical. But most people that are suffering chronic illness have had too much of that stuff and it's gone the other way. In order to bring something back to life, you've got to bring back life, which is natural things. It's real food, it's real supplements, it's real nourishment, it's real therapies that get that cell's energy going again and bring it back. Now on our website, there are many hundreds of testimonials from people who have been to 8, 10, 12 doctors, have gotten no solution for what's wrong with them because they haven't looked broad enough at what are the things that are actually poisoning that person. Why isn't that body working? This is not an inherited disease. This person 5 years before was okay. Now they're not. It's not their genetics. There's really two things. They're poisoned with either chemicals or the food that they've been eating or sometimes infections, and their body's missing basic nutrients that it needs to even function. And if you can restore the basic nutrients and get rid of the foreign stuff to the extent where that cell now, the light turns on in that cell, it starts to function again, then the brain fog goes away and the memories come back and the energy comes back and that person comes alive and they say, I'm back. I'm back. I was down and now I'm back. And then they learn what they have to do so they can keep that going, because that's the natural state. Being sick and tired and exhausted and in pain is not the natural state. But it's never an accident in anyone. It's always a combination of these factors. And if we discover what they are and we handle them, the person can get better, and they actually do. Okay? Hope this helps.